Okay, Duet Night Abyss or DNA. I'm going to be doing a little review on this game, but also first thoughts and impressions of mine that I've had playing this game. I've been playing it for about 6-7 days now. It launched about a week ago, and it's a new gacha game in the gacha game sphere. So we have been blessed with another one of these games. We all love these games. I think it all started with Genshin Impact, if I recall. But now DNA is here. A lot of people have been excited for this game. A lot of people are playing it right now, me included. So I'm just gonna go through my first impressions, thoughts, review some of the systems in the game. I'll try to cover as much as I can, as much as I've done in the game. I have beaten the game almost fully for what's available right now in terms of story content, in terms of endgame content as well. I'm not quite there yet. This game is quite long and grindy, and to actually get your account level up will take a while, right? But without further ado, let's get into the review. So first of all, what is Duet Night Abyss? It's a gacha game. However, a lot of the gacha mechanics that are present in other gacha games are not present here. For example, the system for pulling in this game is exclusively cosmetic. The banners that are currently available in this game are for skins, or weapon skins, character skins, or the little cosmetic trinkets that you can get for your characters or weapons. And aside from those banners, you can straight up purchase weapons and characters. But that's kind of it. In other gacha games, obviously, you pull on characters, you gather currency, you purchase the currency, and then you pull in on weapons, characters. Here in this game, you can just grind for characters and weapons and demon wedges, which are sort of artifacts like in other games. And so in that regard, Duet Night Abyss is very free to play friendly for as far as I can see right now. Obviously it's week 1, but to me it seems you can just grind everything out yourself, which is really nice because a lot of people have a bunch of time they want to invest into a game, not necessarily a bunch of money, right? And those people will, I think, would be quite happy with this game. So if you're one of those people, go on ahead and try this game out. Obviously the game has an open world, well, semi-open world. There are maps that you teleport into, but it's got waypoints, it's got a full story, it's got a lot of characters and weapons, a lot of different personalities you encounter in the game. But what's really important in this game is the combat system. You're going to be doing a lot of hack and slashing, a lot of running around, destroying a bunch of enemies in massive groups. It's going to be really fun and exciting, just going around plowing through hordes of enemies. And so the combat in this game, I would say, is a bit less tactical and more like an ARPG, like Diablo or Path of Exile, in a sense that a lot of the time you can just switch your brain off and just plow down enemies without much thought put into it. Especially with people, if you co-op with people, you can co-op different stages, different commissions, and you just go down with your friends and just destroy hordes of enemies. And if that's your style, if you like ARPGs, I think this game might be for you as well. The combat, I would say, feels pretty impactful, maybe not on the level of Withering Waves per se, but I think it's still pretty impactful. And it's quite smooth, I would say. You can animation cancel, you can dash around, you can jump around. There are 2 separate weapons that most characters have, a ranged weapon and a melee weapon. You can switch between them pretty seamlessly and it works pretty well. Some characters even have a 3rd weapon option, but that's a little bit less customizable. But most characters do just have 2 weapons, and each weapon that you have also uses demon wedges, so like artifacts, where you can slot things in and you can boost your stats, varying on the demon wedges you selected. For example, some will give you more HP, some will give you more attacks, some will give you skill damage or skill duration, things like that. So that's the combat. Now the movement system in this game is pretty fast and pretty varied as well. You have a double jump, you can crouch, you can slide, you can do this crouch jump which launches you forward, or it can launch you up as well. Then you can dash mid-air as well. It's quite varied and you can do a lot of cool things with the movement in this game. The dashes that you do recharge fairly quickly, and it's really easy to fly through the stages that you go through. So a lot of the time what you'll be doing is you'll be flying through these stages, getting to the enemies, plowing the enemies down, flying through the stage again, jumping, dashing, diving, dodging, right? It's fairly fast paced and it's pretty fun to do. Now let's talk about the character designs, because you're gonna be fighting and moving around with these characters. I mean, are the characters that you like? Are the characters that you're gonna fall in love with? I think yes, and I think a lot of the characters in this game, there's a mixed bag of designs. A lot of characters are very varied. They have really interesting designs. I wouldn't say they're generic. I would say they're quite unique from what I've seen. I don't have all the characters unlocked, but you can look through all of them even when they're locked. And you know, even though there's only so many characters in the game right now, obviously in the future the developers will be adding more, as is tradition in these gacha games. So yes, while some designs may seem a little generic, perhaps, others feel quite interesting. And then you have skins for your characters as well, and recolors too, so you can really vary it up, change it up to your liking. But yes, in general it's a good variety, something for everyone, I would say. And if you really like a character, you can really invest into them. There's a lot of customization in this game. You can recolor your characters, your weapons, skins. You can do all sorts of things like that. And what's really cool is that you will be controlling one character and you can have 2 more characters with you from your roster as a support character. So they'll be running around with you and they will have the skins and the weapon skins and everything you've put into them visible, so you can always have 3 out on the field and you'll be looking at the characters that you've customized yourself. Just to mention, on the gacha system, the banner rates are the same as most other ones, so the same as Genshin. It is skins and cosmetics only, but the big sort of 5-star rewards that you would see on these banners are the character and weapon skins specifically. And overall, that I've been playing this game, it doesn't really feel like there's much pressure to pull, especially if you don't like the skins or play the characters that the skins are featured for. Then you're not really incentivized to pull on the gacha even a little bit. So it's not really a massive thing in this game. I wouldn't say so at all. Now let's talk about the voice acting in this game. Is the voice acting good? Is it on the same level as Genshin or Wuthering Waves or other high level gacha games? Well, I would say it's pretty good, actually. I would comparing it. It is good voice acting. Obviously in the story, almost everything is voiced and it is quite high level. It seems like the voice acting is mostly British. I hear a lot of British accents in the game, so if you're into that, you'll be quite happy. There are a lot of cutscenes as well in the game, in the story. So are the cutscenes good? Yeah, pretty decent. I would say maybe not spectacular, not, you know, super anime level, but they're pretty good. And there's some fighting cutscenes as well, and they were pretty fun to watch. I would say overall the animation is good, and if you have a good PC, obviously it's not going to be as laggy, because especially on the phone as well, these animations can be quite tricky to run, quite laggy. Let's mention the facial animations and the dialogue in the game as well. Well, there are certain things about them that perhaps might not be to your liking. Overall, the facial animations are okay. However, lip syncing and maybe the eyes do feel a little stiff, a little dull. Could do with a bit more movement. There is this open mouth things that the characters do in these cutscenes a lot of the time, and the still dead eyes just staring at you. It's quite it's quite funny to see, but obviously it's just a minor nitpick, and I'm sure the developers are on it, and I'm sure maybe in the future they'll tweak these animations just a little bit, because it can feel a bit stiff when you're talking to a character in a dialogue scene and they're just sort of standing there with their mouth open and just staring at you. There's also a little side system with the dialogue where you can get different benefits and stats based on your answers that you give to different NPCs. And it's quite interesting, I would say. You can go into different paths. You can go benefit or moral or empathy. There's some other ones, but ultimately it's a little bit weird. You just roll the dice, you win or you lose, you can re-roll, and ultimately it just leads you to a shop with some extra things that you can buy in the shop. It's a cool little system, but perhaps not the most thought through one that I can see. If you do enjoy that kind of thing, it's, you know, it's okay, but it just wasn't for me. And moving on to the music in the game, well, the music's fantastic. Just have a listen to this. And pieces like this just scattered throughout the world. There's a lot of really good, cool music. It doesn't really get repetitive, not for me at least. And you know, with these games as well, if the music does start to get repetitive, I think at that point you're not really playing the game with the sound on anyway, you're just grinding, right? But I would say even for the tracks that are in the game, and as good as they are, there could be more. I'll be honest with you guys, there could be more tracks that they could add, you know, sometimes. And the same goes for dialogue as well. I think less with the music, but with the dialogue, I think there needs to be more voice lines added, a little bit more variety to the character voice lines. When you're opening a character up on their page and they say the same exact thing, when you're ascending a character, they say the same thing, right? Even in other games, they do a different voice line, and it's kind of a minor thing, but it's noticeable, I would say. It's noticeable. And if they're saying the same thing over and over, it does get boring after a while, right? But that's just another minor thing I wanted to mention. But overall, the music's fantastic. It gives the game gravitas, it gives the game that emotionality and takes itself seriously, right? Which is a good thing to see. Now, I won't talk too much on the story itself, because obviously spoilers and the game is still pretty new. But the story itself is good so far. I would especially say that Act 2 was really, really well done. It didn't even feel like I was playing a gacha game, honestly. It felt like I'm playing a proper story-rich RPG game. Everything made sense, everything flowed really well, all the characters were well done, and I really enjoyed Act 2 especially. I'm just gonna touch upon the endgame briefly. So far, there's different bosses you can grind out weekly, and then there's the tower. So just like every other game, you have a tower with different stages. You make 2 different teams, and then each team progresses through the stages in the tower. So far, I've cleared the featured repertoire, Act 3. There is also an immortal repertoire mode, but I think I need to level up my account level first and ascend more characters to even tackle that. But yeah, you make 2 teams, and it is a little bit locked to what elements you have. So for one side you need a pyro team, for the other side you need an animo team. And yes, there are elements in this game. I don't think they're a big deal really, and they give you a lot of free characters as well. And the fact that you can grind out characters for free fairly simply and quickly as well, I don't think it's a massive deal, but there are elements and it is a little bit locked to those elements. But the endgame so far feels pretty intuitive and pretty simple, but that's just a little note on the endgame. It's not really original or maybe super interesting, but it is there if you want to grind it out. It does give you pretty good rewards as well, so it is kind of worth doing. I suppose I should mention the graphics in the game. They are fine. Obviously, it's not, you know, super ray tracing 5090 Unreal Engine 5 graphics, but it follows, I would say it's similar to Wuthering Waves style, right? Maybe a little bit bleak, a little bit grey, a little bit more serious style of graphics. Not that there's not color in the game, there's plenty of color, but just that kind of vibe. It does look good, you know, it doesn't look like a game from 2010 or whatever. It looks fresh, it looks nice. There's this, especially in the city, there's a snow effect that looks really nice. Graphically, the characters look good, look smooth, right? There's no weird edges, jaggy polygons, nothing like that. But stylistically, it is interesting. And also, I should mention that you can use stuff like DLSS 4 in the game to get a few more frames out of your graphics card. That's just because the game actually does, you can run it on 120 Hz. So it's not locked at 60 like a lot of the other gacha games are. You can go further, which is really good to see. So there's a lot of systems in the game, there's a lot of progression in the game. I'm not going to be going over every little detail, every system in this video. Just wanted to give my impressions and overall thoughts and sort of vibes on the game. I think it's a good start, and I think it can only go up from here. Good sign. The developers seem to be talking, listening so far. A lot of messages have been put out, even surveys. We're going to have the monthly streams as well. So far, it looks good. Overall, I would say the game is it is quite grindy because it's more free-to-play friendly. You can run commissions over and over and over again. You can grind for materials. You can grind for your demon wedges. All sorts of things in this game. You can fish. You can go out fishing till your eyes bleed dry. You can do all of this basically all day if you wanted to. There are some caps, daily or weekly caps on some materials. Even with fishing, you can only fish from 3 spots, and there's a cap on the fish per day you can catch. But obviously you'll be limited by the letters, so the main limiting factor is the secret letters for characters, weapons, and later demon wedges. I think best thing to do right now, and it's what I've been doing, is to get a copy of each character and try and get a copy of each weapon, simply because it gives you a massive boost of XP, which will level up your account, and leveling up your account actually gives you even bigger boosts to your stats like attack, defense, and HP. So it seems to me that the best thing to do is just go and level up your account as fast as you can, really. So getting all the characters and all the weapons seems to me like the logical choice right now. But yeah, guys, what do you think of Duet Night Abyss? Have you played it? Are you planning on playing it? Will you be sticking to your current gacha game? Are you not into the combat in this game? Are you not into the movement or the characters? Let me know down in the comments below. So far, I'm enjoying the game. I'll be playing it further, see where it goes, see where the game goes. I'm interested in the story, I'm interested in the characters, and the endgame progression as well as that develops. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video and sticking with it. I'll be probably making some other videos on this game. I'm thinking about making some guides or some character reviews. So if you're into that kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe and give the video a like. And I'll see you in the next one. Simpai signing out.